he's coming to Israel. Now we'll grab him aside and we'll tell him that this is my intention, and if you have some bad blood with him, because they know each other from previous, because
Right.
he Visa, you know, he worked with everybody. This guy was with Google. He knows everybody. He's like, so
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it's so we'll see.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's pretty exciting, though. I mean, to have somebody like, well, mind you, he hasn't agreed to come on board yet. So
He agreed in principle. So
right.
if you look at the half full, is that it's interesting for him enough to spend his time, because these guys, as Bruce said, they got tap on their shoulder every day to
Absolutely.
join, to be with somebody, and he just need to choose. He's retired. So for us, that he's excited, and it goes back to basic. And this is where Adi needs to understand that we need to do what we are good in. So for him, for his story, for Phil, if we gave the marketing pitch, it would not. For him is the passion that we have about changing the way payments works. This is really what caught him in. It's true that 99% of the people don't understand it, and only because he's so, but if I told Adi tried to focus, try to be what he is not. We are not. This is our blessing and this is our curse. We are not simple thinking and goal achieving persons. We need people to help us simplify the messaging. We need people to help us simplify the sales. We need the people. We need that. This is, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I will not be, and I think Adi needs to understand it, because part of our homework from Avin was to work, what is our vision? Because when Avi speak with me, he get this passion, and when he see the marketing material is not relevant, and the company is about PayFac and payment facilitation and all this, but he says this is not, because what we did is basically look for a vertical when we can express our expertise and achievement. But it's not really what we did when we started. We did not have. So
I think it's two different pitches. Ori has a very good pitch on the vision and how to sell the big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And it works very well, like probably with Phil Kumnick. And we had lots of meetings last week where we meet with Visa or people that are not buyers. They are strategic partners, or it resonates with them. But then there is the sales pitch, and that's totally different one, and that's where we can't show the same success, just based on last week, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody we met with who were like Visa or...
it is competition even.
Yeah, it's very good response. But everybody we meet with who we want them to buy...
It's true.
They can't see how it works for them. Or
exactly. For them, it needs to be simplified. So we need, but this is not us. We don't know to speak in a simplified way. We don't know. Yeah. We always like to show more. We always like to present how deep we go. And what I'm saying to Adi, that when he tried to be a sales guy selling a short, okay, I will not say it like this. I think Adi built a very strong trust.
Mm-hmm.
So we use it to sell. He definitely is the one that, for example, so this is, it's what I said to Adi, basically, be who you are. Don't try to learn whatever others do. Build this trust. I think I have different pitch for how to sell it. Adi wants to minimize it. I think it's important because we need to put our knowledge into others. But I agree that we can use these two different angles, how to give the pitch. But but I don't want it to be on behalf of the trust that that we build because we are very deep. This is my so our number one competition is a slick guy. He knows everybody. He sell it easily. Yeah.
Who's your main competitor?
It called
Double Diamond.
yes. What the name of the company that they did? Infinicept.
It's a company that has two arms. One is a consulting firm that are probably doing very good, and one is a technological arm where they provide a solution like ours. It's not the same, but it's targeting the same market.
So I build a relationship with him. He hate Mark. He say he cannot trust, but he's very slick. But I build a relationship, and I give him like he's telling me, and I to get rid of Mark and things like this, and I'm like listening and yes. At first, it's good to know, and he told me that Mark is looking for another job, but I know he's not doing it because he's Mother Teresa or whatever. But on the other hand, suddenly he became an advisor to Global Payments on this. So it's always risk involved. We need to manage. We need to keep them close to us. And we need to succeed. We need to pass the no turning point. This is really for us.
Well, it's a really good point you raise, and it's pretty fundamental. And that's that your vision is usually an overarching kind of approach. But inside the vision, there are all kinds of bits and pieces of things that move all the time in service of that vision. And when you're dealing with a particular vertical, it's something has to relate to them. You almost have to create a little mini vision for them that's directly related to them. And then the next version, it's like Steve Jobs had his vision, but then, he did a thing with music and MP3 players, and then music on phones, and then it's, laptops, and then it's, but he started with computers. I mean, all of those things were individual little verticals, but they were all in service of a greater vision, right? So there's nothing wrong with what you're saying. And it is the idea that you have to try to interpret that vision into something that someone in a particular vertical can understand so that they go, yeah, that's exactly what I want. I love that idea. And then they start buying. Yeah.
Thank you for the correlation with the Steve Jobs, but this come to practice. So when he developed his stuff, because he had a vision, he already implemented the architecture of how it's all going to work together.
Right.
This is really what I'm saying. It's okay to say, but in the end, he wanted a complete ecosystem that everything will work together. And he said, so he never built something very shallow. It always was very, very deep. Okay, so it looks the best, but when people touch it, it was also the best. It's not only looks the best, it's the best thing. And we want to do the same. We want to build the best system, and now we need to bring people that will wrap it. But for us, from product vision, from company vision, for Adi, from technology vision, we do not need to. So let's take this task together now. What I ask Adi to do is basically they ask me what is Amaryllis. Okay, Avin, told me go sit on the plane and come up with what is Amaryllis. What do you think it's Amaryllis?
So I think this is a good point for the distinction. What is Amaryllis sounds to me like the big vision that you already presented last week like 50 times. And that's good. That's who is Amaryllis.
No, but still, who understand it? You understand it. What is Amaryllis? Even this is what I'm saying. Even this, because it's very simple to say we are operating system. Okay, let's take this, איך אומרים קנה מידה, או לא קנה מידה, משהו שדומה לו.
Similar, corresponding.
corresponding. Yeah, let's take this corresponding idea to our vision. Okay, operating software. Why people need so okay, what is operating system? Why people needs it? Okay, let's take this as an example of the process we need to go through, because it's similar in a way. It's correlate with our vision. We are operating system for payments. We are ERP for payments. We are so I came and of course I asked Adi to say it, because I say it in a few things. But by the way, Adi, the base for it, I said yesterday with Vico, is what we did for Isracard. When they said, who are your clients and how they are using your solution? You remember? We have an Excel. So after this call, we go over the Excel.
Could be. I thought it's more of what we prepared for David Lepek for his article. Because we already said it in the past in multiple ways. An engine, a platform as a service, it's all the same variations of the same
software as a platform.
Software as a platform. There is the history of the company with some compelling story. And then there is this premise. It doesn't matter how you call it, the engine of the car. Or...
No, it is. We need to focus on that exactly. We need not to go away and say, hey, we did it, because we need to do it in a way to allow now. There is people that we are paying for them to take this and wrap it in a way that others will use. We must. So I think we don't need to be clear from a marketing perspective. It's not our job. And I don't think we do it well, by the way. This is why. We need, when I ask Adi to help me with that, I don't want him to do already the shortcut, the marketing shortcut. He needs to continue to come with this. This is really the dialogue that Adi and I have. Because I said it's simplifying what I wrote there. I don't remember. I'll tell you for a minute.
Is it still, would you still can refer to it as a platform payment system?
Solving for complexity and payment.
So, yeah. Because you know what, from what you said this morning, I was just writing some stuff down. And if somebody asked me what it was, I would say future of payment technology, platform payments systems simplified. That's what I'm hearing. And I don't know
if I ask you what SAP is,
I would say that they're an operating system for, yeah, it's more like an enterprise operating system, an enterprise management system, which to me is different from what you're doing. Because yours is payments, not enterprise, right? I mean, people are going to manage their HR and they're going to manage their manufacturing and things like that in a different way. That's what SAP does. But you guys are working on the payment side, which means you're the future of payment technology.
Yeah, so I wrote solving for complexity in payments, and I wanted to use cases with their names, and then who are the ones that are using us, and what they are using us, and for what they are using us, what there is their pain points. And each time you see different complexity and different way for us to solve it, which is all from technology perspective is the same way, by the way. But
yeah.
But so this is what I'm trying to say, you know. So why global payments use us? So solving for complexity in payments. What was their complexity that we saw? Why they could not do it by themselves? But I like what you wrote, because Deutsche Bank guy, how he wrote next gen payment, he also had a nice, you remember, Adi? No, you are not, because I've been introduced to Boaz Schwartz, how he wrote it here. Yeah, no, you don't have it. I would like to introduce you to Oriha, who founded Amaryllis Payment, a next generation payment facilitation platform. Okay. So again, it's because we are talking about payment facilitation marketplace now. So But next generation,
Payment system platform.
yeah, it's nobody understand what it does. But
No,
what
you know,
you
it
said,
doesn't, because I think that when as soon as you say a platform, then it does kind of get, yeah, you're right, it does kind of get confusing. But you know, you say something about next generation, that's fine, or future of payment technology, whatever.
yeah,
Solving payment complexity, maybe, as opposed to platform, just because it's, you know, that gets it into the realm of the vision, right? That's what you're talking about. And then it's
yeah.
how you do it. And you may apply exactly the same technology to 5 different verticals, but it looks a little different to each of them. So you sell it to them a little bit differently. It's really not that complicated once you get down to the bits and bytes and know who you're talking to. I think part of it sometimes is the vision is actually easier to say to people because it's the overarching piece. Where it gets difficult is when you try to break it down and get into the listening of a particular vertical or a particular group. Now you've got to really think about where are they, what are their pain points, and then you can actually say it in a way that they go, oh, it solves that? Man, do we ever need
This
that?
is Bruce. This is Bruce. Bruce is all around that. He said, "Don't speak to them. Just tell how it's solved." They don't. But this is not the company. It's this is really the what we need to do here. It's to keep the vision for
Yeah.
us to maintain it, because
Yeah.
also from economic, the vision worth really a lot. The potential of the vision is big.
Mm-hmm.
The potential of the product for different market is not so big. This is where only multiples. And I think, you know, it's struggle between the cash and the struggle against the to be sure, you know, and to have some money in the pocket rather than continue speak. And we do it for so long. Are we tired? Are we said we are not going to continue? I think it's also about that. I spoke with Adi a couple months about that. But what I found on myself is each time I'm less stressed, I'm jumping to the vision again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I stress, okay, I just want to know that I'm not gonna bankrupt. But when I'm not, it goes back to the vision.
Mm-hmm. Well,
How about you, Adi?
I think we're pretty good on the vision. As I said, I see
What we want to achieve, because of this vision, it can be, you know, the unicorn business. It's $1 billion. You can speak about how big it is and compare yourself, you know, to not to Infinicep, to Thesis. This is it's different ball game. This is really where I spoke with Phil. If Phil don't think he can do Thesis for me, he will not come, because he wants not to have another $1 million or two in his pocket. He wants to have another 50 or 30 or 40. This is where he looks to be, I think.
I know, but it's almost like taking the easy route, because it's so easy to talk about vision and delay your targets for another year. And we are not doing our targets for this year. It's almost middle of second quarter, we did nothing.
I agree with you. Yeah, this is right. You are right. This is why we pay people. And this is where the stress, you know, it's almost a year since we signed the contract. It's renewed, but it's amazing how fast life goes. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think there is a shelf life for team. I see it in sports. In NBA, it said that shelf life of a team is about 4 years. If you didn't win a championship in 4 years, you see all the GMs are exploding the team, even though you have good pieces, but it doesn't work 4 years. And
Thank you, Adi, but it's not helping us. What do you want?
Wait, I didn't. So with Heartland, you ask Ori how long. Ori did like this, 3 years. I sense some tiredness even on the team that we are working with. It cannot go forever without traction, right? And we are nearing that edge where everybody starts thinking about it. People get tired.
Mhm.
we need to
We
do
need
it
to win.
now.
Not because of us. It's hard for
No.
them to, as a company, they have this.
Yes, but at some point, it's people, so we can't be there.
You see the difference between Adi. What I do with that is I continue because this is our best asset. So our goal is not to sit back. So I agree with you. So my goal is now, where is my head is going, is how I will convince Frank to put us also in additional things we do. So we are not putting all the eggs in one basket with them. If we can get from them investment, I'm thinking about it. It's because, okay, if we are something so sophisticated, they can have us only for that, solving for them, even if they don't know what it's going to be solved, because they saw how it's solved. Even if they say, okay, we're going to leave this business of PayFac, it's not working for us, we don't have the people to execute it, because it's not going to be technology issue. Okay, so we need to be in a position that they will say, but the asset is still good. If we can work with advanced MD, it doesn't matter. It's good company to have, it's like internal team. So I'm also working on this fallback position. It's okay. But it's risk, Adi, you are right. It's risk. If we are still in the, we are not out of the risk. The out of the risk is usually when, of course, success and business and things like this. But if not, if we had a big investment, this is what I try to do. They don't turn you off. So they will try and do, if a VC will come in, but we will lose, by the way. The company will survive. We will lose. If we will not deliver in the end, we will end up with not much, and they will take the company from us. So I don't know how.
Definitely,
we are positive.
There are things that are not in our control. Like Ori said, if from all the players on the table with Heartland, with Global Payment, we're the ones delivering the most. And definitely there are things that not in our control, not in the team that we are working with control even. So we built traction and momentum, and now we're a little bit on the downslope.
I don't think so. I don't think, Adi. I think they have a problem of delivering, but from a business, I don't think so. I don't think we started with a very high motivated good morning from John, and now we go. No, I don't think we are there. It's sometimes it's scary, but this is the life of entrepreneur. Don't.
Kelly's about to join us.
Okay, in the right time.
Well, you do need a win, for sure, but you're on the track, so you need a win for people. There's no doubt.
Yeah, but I think bringing Phil Komnick is also a win.
Yes, absolutely.
It is winning. We need to translate it into Indian capital, but we are not sitting and waiting for things to happen.
Mm-hmm. No. Well, and I think you're taking the right actions too. Clarifying your selling proposition for certain verticals to be able to actually get out there and move some of them. Doing that research that's required to really get into it and build a plan. I think everything you're doing, by the end of June, you should see some pretty good material that you can get out there and start, working with a couple of really good verticals and start seeing some wins.
Yeah.
Seems that way.
I don't think Bruce or Phil and Avin will come. These guys are top notch in payments. They will not come to something that they don't think it can.
They don't believe in. That's right.
I think this is a great. You look into their biography. They are, and they get the. Avin is the guy that did the Apple Pay with Visa. So it's not senior guys. They are well connected, and this is small mafia. They all knows everybody. Yeah. So, and for me, this is so we know that where is our weakness, but we know where is our strength. And the goal will be to build the team now and to go to raise money with the go to. So this is my goal. I hope that we will have sales win in the middle. I don't feel I'm controlling this process of selling and winning sales. We know that we are dependent on global payments. Now we have another client that will build, so we will have volume that can also demonstrate that we are. And no, and I think we have Martin. Martin is gonna back us up if in the end, even if he needs. So you know,
we're not talking about doomsday now.
No, not doomsday. So you need to be confident that we are not in a. I don't think we are in a tough position. No, I think we are.
I think long term we're good. Let's say a year from now, I said the talk about the vision and all that, it's not a problem, but we're short on the short term.
Yeah. But we are also doing what we can do more.
Sell.
We are changing the team. We are doing go-to-market. We are investing money in that. We're investing it smart, so not to spend all the money we have. We're bringing the right people. In the end, I'm starting with that. Do I have the right people or not? We knew that Mark is not the right people. We brought Bruce as a redundancy for Mark, and it's happening. It's part of a plan. It was not out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Mark introduced us to Bruce, but he did not thought that how my thinking will be. But it's not going. It doesn't matter. Bruce brought me Avin. Bruce introduced me to Phil. Now, if we go with Phil needs to bring the VC. It's a plan. It's a plan.
No, it is. And Kelly, just really quickly, what's transpired that's exciting is that Avin that we talked about last time has agreed to come on as a advisor on the board of advisors, and he's going to be working on the go-to-market strategy and all that piece. And that's his back. He knows what he's doing with that stuff. And then they just landed. Well, they haven't landed, but they've got a guy that was a senior executive with Visa, Phil Komnick, and he's agreed to come, but they haven't worked out the details yet. But he's really interested. He's retired. He's only 55. Doesn't need to work. And, he's getting tapped every day for different projects, but he really likes the vision of this one. And he's agreed with Ori to come on board, and they're just working out the terms. So if that happens, they're going to have a pretty powerful team to be able to really build this go-to-market strategy and get out there and start selling to particular verticals. And they've hired a marketing company for 3 months, and they're charged with actually putting that go-to-market strategy together. And so there's some real good action happening. It's pretty exciting. Yeah. That's how I see it, Ori. So I it is exciting.
That's funny because I just wrote down who is Phil.
Yes, there you go. Yeah.
That's very exciting. Good for you guys, huh? You got something moving that wasn't moving before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's building the leadership. This is where we are, and hopefully this month the volume will ramp up. It's not maybe more clients, but the volume of transaction on the system will ramp up. It was crazy. We have Global Payments put a client that is doing cinemas, and there was the weekend of the Avenger, and our volume triple, even more, but now it went back. So it's so bad. You see it growing, and you are and then now. It's so
but your system handled it though. There was no problem with that tripling.
No, nothing. No.
Well, that's amazing. That's amazing by itself. That's great.
Well, we've been doing it for 20 years. We know what to do.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
So what's next?
Next, so my goals for June. We have the second biggest client need to start working on production. He will have 4 times more volume than Global Payments from the current Global Payments. So I think we will be players in the hundreds of million annually transaction volume. Number 1. Number two is to have Phil Kamnick to come to agreement with him. To have the go-to-market plan not finished, but to have a very good idea of the go-to-market by the end of June. Avin, by the way, is doing it not as an advisor, it's additional. He's really going to work for us part-time. And meeting Global Payments a month from now here in Israel. They come to a visit with a big group of 6 people. So this is also, it's the time. By the way, we met with the Global Payments guy that is working, and he had only good things to say. Adi?
Yes, that's good. So I met with Global Payments a couple of weeks ago with an extended team, and now we met with the leader of that team, and we're meeting with the extended team again at the end of the month in Israel. So
What's the purpose of the meeting?
That was it's a question I just wrote down. That's really good, Kelly.
It's work meetings. There are a lot of work groups and work items and implementation. So it's work in progress. So the meeting,
but I think it's we had 5, 6 so far in the US, and this one in Israel, it's more than just work meeting. It's they come to check the bride also. I believe, and to have fun, but from the executive guy that is coming with us, he also come to see the company. So,
what does he see when he gets to Israel? Because you've got a lot of your developers are in Europe, right?
Yeah. So I asked 4 of them, the 4 senior, to come, so they will they will be joining us.
Okay.
I was thinking about it. So it will be a big group meeting. We're going to be about 10, 12 people. So I was thinking, I did not ask Mark to come. He's not contributing.
When you've got a group that size with various different items and maybe even conflicting agendas because they've got different problems in different areas, how do you manage that? Are you going to break it into groups to work on things, or how are you going to manage the agenda?
No, when they come to us, they are smaller. When we go to them, there is 20 people, and they have it's a different agenda. The group that come to us is the one that managing it on behalf of all the other parties of their organization. Okay, so so that's fine. In that regard, we are speaking with the right people. I see one day of working, and really from the morning till the evening, we're going to close everything. We're going to do a very nice tour in Israel, full day. And if we need, we're going to do Friday again. So Wednesday, the tour, because on Thursday, the executive leave. So I want him to have good time as well. So should be a good experience, because we are really embedded into them from culture perspective. They are our number one suspect to go and for the exit strategy. So I know it's sometimes this is we just 20 minutes ago we thought what will happen if they will not do it, but I think they are the fallback position. We need to have we don't need to be afraid from that. We need to keep the relationship. We need to be alert. We need to be focused. We need to move Mark from the relationship so it's not going to ruin it. We are doing it. We need to serve them well. We need them to feel that we are ahead of them. Anything they're just thinking we're going to deliver. But this is most of the company work around that. We are doing it. We are focused on that. Adi is doing it. So.
Do they send you an agenda ahead of time, or what it is they want to talk about?
Yes.
So you can prepare.
Yes. So the way it works, this is a quarterly meeting. each quarter we have it in a different location. We had one in Dublin where they have one of the subsidiary. We had in Boston where they have some people. So every time, I think Ori jumped on the quarterly to have the opportunity to host them in Israel for our agenda item.
Mhm.
And in addition to that, we have, not every month, but we have ad hoc meeting in person, like the one I just came back with a couple of weeks ago. And that's usually it's a set agenda with an extended team, various departments. So there could be 1 hour about risk with some people and another hour about something else with different people. So people, usually that's done in Louisville, Kentucky, where Heartland is based out of. And we're pushing for more face-to-face time with them. First of all, it's more productive, and second, it builds a better relationship with people.
And this second biggest client that you want to see get going in June, so tell me about that. That's already landed? You've already sold them?
Yeah. This guy, he also invested in us. So he's an investor and a client. And I spent now 3 days with him in Vegas, and he's a great guy.
Is he doing more business with you now than he was? Because you haven't mentioned.
He have a completely new program, and it's all based on us.
Oh.
Yeah, so we are critical to them. They already decide to go, and there is struggling of delivering, and the days are, because this is really the flexibility and the complexity. So they thought there is everything, and then you go into details and you need to adjust it. I always ask Adi, from technology perspective, it's like there is others that can do what we do.
No.
Adi says no always. He doesn't even think about it.
But
The clients feels that others have, because from wrapping, it always looks, oh, it's shiny, it's doing, but you come, experienced people will have so specific requests that when we deliver, it's not that we can say no, it's just about, do we have it now or in 3 months? This is really the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this client, they signed up last year. We just did a few months. That we mentioned that before. Implementation of the clients takes a long time. And it's going through all these issues, where is it now or in 3 months, and then in 3 months they have something else, or it's 6 months. So we are at the last mile with this client, and then they're going to go live, and then we'll see some volume.
That's
Great.
And is this one good? Are these payments going to be transaction based because it's going to grow faster? Is that what you're thinking?
They have a solid business that they are moving in without adding even new.
Right.
So this will be the beginning will be we know the size of it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're actually going to charge by transaction this time?
I know with them, no. This was deals. It's hard to do these deals, but for them, it's like global payments. It's 2018 when I was like, so he did the investment. I did a fixed amount. He did the investment only because he believed in the technology, and he did upfront fast. And then once he see how the agreement with global payments, he did the investment.
Yeah, good. Pretty nice when your client starts investing in you before you've even.
Yeah, we want global payments. This is, I said to Adi, if now instead of going to queue to raise money with others, if global payments could, I don't know if it's best for us because maybe competitors or whatever, but if they don't take a big stake, only 10%, this will be, I think, good. But I don't think global payment is doing 10% investment. This is too small for them.
Yeah, they'll just buy the whole thing.
Yes, and they don't buy a whole things if it doesn't have revenues and volumes. We
Right.
know this. We already spoke about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that's all right. You're going to be in a position of, making some good money while you're building it up and waiting for somebody to buy it. So it's not like you're in a desperate situation. That's for sure.
No. Now we are not.
Yeah. No,
And
it's-
do you have a third client that you're onboarding in that way as well?
We have a third and fourth. Same story. It's going for months. One of them is going to take a while because they need approval from a bank in order to get going. So it's completely out of our control. So that will take some time. Or it could be tomorrow, it could be 6 months. It's totally, we don't know. The other client, we made some progress. We think we finalized most of the requirements, even though today we found there is something missing. So it's possible that at the end of this quarter, we're going to be ready with all of their changes and requirements, and they will be good to go.
So that would be a breakthrough for you guys in your performance, huh?
Yes, we defined 3 parameters already defined: revenue, processing volume,
No.
time.
Volume, number one.
Volume, number of clients, and revenue is at the end. So on the volume side, we already have those clients that we just discussed. It's turning on the volume that's going to change. Revenue, putting revenue aside because it's not a key parameter, then the second one is number of clients.
When you say revenue is not a key parameter, is that revenue to you or revenue that's going through the system?
To us. So
I would think that would be pretty key.
The volume is how many transactions we run through the system on behalf of our client.
Yeah.
Revenues, we have the deal, the fixed deal with Global Payments and the fixed deal with the second, and we are almost break even. So nobody treat the volume because it's not a volume that coming from many clients. So it's good for us from financial. We say, see, we are well financed, but it's not demonstrating the
Ability.
potential, and so only number of clients and volume will demonstrate our scale. Currently, the revenues is great. Oh wow, you reach break even. That's great. Yeah, how many? 90% coming from one client. So you're one trick pony. But volume and the amount of clients, and our clients are putting their clients on our system. So this
Right.
is this matrix. It's sellable.
Yeah.
So
So you've got your second biggest client wrapping up in June. You want to get Phil signed in the next month, right?
In May. Sorry, we are in May this month.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're going to get the framework for the go-to-market strategy. Now that you might not get till June, end of June, I guess.
Yes. It's 30 days from now. This all should happen, including the visit of Global Payments.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of activity. It should be a pretty exciting time. I'm excited to see what comes from the go-to-market strategy. And I guess you have to wait for that. But is Bruce already looking at certain verticals and doing some of the research on it?
Yes, we have a kickoff with this market scale. So we cannot sit here because market scale, they charging us monthly retainer, and they have their own process. They will need this information. So it's pushing everybody. We are now going into everybody will need to deliver. Nobody can wait. It's like market scale will come and say, because I will come after him and say, what happened? Can you show me? So it's everybody needs to work hard to deliver because it's a circle here. Yeah. So we will see results, and they know that Adi, how you feel about Adi? I called you like American. Adi, how you feel about Bruce?
No, I feel good in his capacity of business development. For sure is good. He knows, he talks to everybody. Sales, I said you need to prove it because we need to see a sale. It's not an exercise in selling. It's either you sell or not. And he prepared a good marketing plan baseline. So that was good. And he's a nice person to work with.
So because we spend now a week with him, a few days with him in Vegas, so I think we are good in the team. And so
What are you going to do with Mark?
so the plan was to tell him that we are moving him aside, and then what to do with him. Bruce asked me to wait until we have a plan to tell him maybe he should focus on a certain vertical. And now with this guy Phil Komnick, if he will be joining, I will let him decide if he wants to keep him or not, because now he's the CEO. So, but I know Mark, so we'll see. But Mark is not the level of this Phil Komnick. It's there is difference between a guy that was executive and made so much money that he could retire to a guy that wanna be CEO. It's it's different.
So thinking about all of that, when do you want to talk again? Do you want to, because we're at May the 6th, so do you want to speak around, like, to see how things are moving forward on everything towards the end of May, or sometime earlier, or what are you thinking for next?
The truth, I like these discussions. It's good. It's Adi and I and you are, but I think we need to have results. I also have a week in May that I'm away again, and we can discuss so there is two things. One, we can have discussion if we have some kind of to think about, for example, something coming from Phil or something like this. So we can ask for earlier, but if not, we need maybe to come when we have a clear plan. So it should be end of May, maybe. So after all this has been done and before the meeting with Global Payments, and we can share what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Last week
You
in
agree?
May.
So maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's either the last week in May or the second week in June, because the first week in June we have Global Payments visit in Israel.
Yeah, probably good to talk before that, actually, to just go through what you're thinking and if you're, if everything's ready. I could, in fact, I'm out of town until the 29th of May, and the 30th I'm all booked in the morning. But on the 31st, I could do from like 10 to 11 your time on the 31st. I don't know
It's
how that
Friday,
works.
and my wife don't allow me to do anything unless it's critical afternoon on our way to dinner.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
So no, so I'll tell you. So let's do June 3rd. Okay, because Global Payments arriving on
On the 3rd.
on the 3rd. And we're gonna meet them for a meeting only on the
4th.
on the 5th. The officially meeting is on the 5th. We're gonna meet him for Frank is so on the 5th. Yeah, so we have time before the meeting with Joe. If we do Monday, June the 3rd.
Yeah, the 3rd. Can we do it 10?
Adi, when you are arriving to Israel?
On the 31st.
Okay, so you will be here even. Okay.
Yeah, 10 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do that. I can do Tuesday, but I can't do Monday.
And Tuesday, you guys are with Global Payments already.
I think we will be. They coming Tuesday to go around Tel Aviv, so maybe we will be able to do it. I don't know yet, but we can. They will come, and so the formal meeting is on Wednesday, the 5th. But it can be.
Or you want to schedule, and we'll see a few days before if it happens or not.
On Monday, when they come, we can tell you if it happens on.
John, if you just send the invite, so I will see what I can. I'm going to be in a hotel. So, what time at what time?
I think you said 10 Eastern if we do it on Monday. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, Monday 10 Eastern. Tuesday, yeah, we can do even 9 or 8.
But then John
No,
is.
but Tuesday we don't know if we're gonna be able to do that. So
Let's do 10 o'clock on the Monday, and I'll just figure it out. I have enough time to get it worked out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll send it out so that it's on my link, just in case there's a problem.
Okay. Very well.
Okay.
Okay, well, this I can just see is a turning point for your business this summer.
Sounds like.
It really does sound like it. You know, in the next quarter, a real turning point for you guys. You know, I'm really excited for you.
Thank
You
you.
know, you've worked hard for this, all right?
We're gonna say that only when we hear the fat lady singing. Before that, we say thank you. You're not gonna
Okay.
say yes.
Well, I believe in the Merlin principle, where
You say that.
you see yourself realizing the future that you created. You know, and you.
Okay, yes. No
Yeah.
problem. Yes.
Okay.
It's our turning point, Adi. And it's
Yeah.
not based on sales. It's about looking at the big picture and we're gonna do it. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Are you gonna remove Adi?
Mm. Yeah, he's frozen. Oh, it's funny. I've removed twice, but it won't go. Just interesting.
Hmm.